Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy Fitzmug TV here, aka GLauren33, and I'm back here on Monica's channel. We're talking about the breaking news, alright? Depending when you guys are seeing this video, you guys may know or may not know, but it's making rounds around the internet. Spider-Man is officially back in the MCU. I made a video a couple weeks ago on Monica's channel where we discussed what was going to happen in the future with Spider-Man and Sony. Now that Spider-Man was out of the MCU. But, I guess you guys can forget about that video because Spider-Man is officially back in the MCU. It was very unlikely at first that these two would come to a agreement. If you guys remember, the main reason why Spider-Man was out of the MCU was just because of money. It had nothing to do with story, had nothing to do with anything else. Because the way it was set up, Sony got all of the profits from the movie, from the Spider-Man movies, aka Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home, from the box office and DVDs. Sony made all that money. Sony got all the profits. Marvel didn't see none of that. The only money that Marvel was making from Tom Holland's Spider-Man being in the MCU was from merchandise, because Marvel, they own the rights to the Spider-Man character when it comes to merchandise. All right, but Sony owns everything else when it comes to Spider-Man. That's why you see Sony coming out with so much Spider-Man stuff, like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the Venom franchise, etc. And the way that Sony was already planning to go, they were planning to release Spider-Man 3 in 2021 and then release Spider-Man 4 either late 2022 or very early 2023. That was the plan. They wanted to make as much Spider-Man content as they could. Plus, they wanted to get, have a crossover between Spider-Man and Venom, having a crossover movie. So that would be like a fifth Tom Holland Spider-Man movie where he would be sharing the spotlight with Venom. They also wanted to have Spider-Man appear in Venom 2 as a cameo to set up the Spider-Man and Venom movie. And they also wanted to have Tom Holland appear in the Spider-Verse franchise from the animated, and they wanted to do a live-action Spider-Verse movie with Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire. All right, that was all the plans Sony had for Spider-Man going to the future. That's a lot going into the next decade. But for now, it looks like those plans might have to be postponed. The way we know it, Sony and Marvel Studios, they've come to an agreement, and Spider-Man 3, the next Spider-Man movie, the next step in Tom Holland's Spider-Man journey, will be produced by Marvel Studios. Sony will, of course, be working with Marvel Studios on it, but Kevin Feige and his team will be the main ones behind. And basically, remember, Sony owns most of the Spider-Man characters like MJ, Ned, Jonah K. Jameson, etc., etc., etc. So all those characters would have appeared in Spider-Man 3 for Sony if they weren't coming to an agreement. Most of us thought that Spider-Man would be back in the MCU eventually, but that would be years down the line since Sony already had a plan in place. But it's great for anybody that's a Spider-Man fan, anybody that's a fan of the MCU in general. This is great news because Spider-Man, he's one of the best characters in the MCU. He was built up to continue the legacy that Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark, aka Iron Man. He was built up to be the man to take the torch from Robert Downey Jr. and at least this is going to continue through the next Spider-Man movie. All right, right now, based off the details of the deal, this is only in place for Spider-Man 3. All right, the deal doesn't say anything about there being a Spider-Man 4 in the MCU or etc. Even though I'm willing to bet the next Avengers movie that it's not gonna come out for another 4 or 5 years. When that movie comes out around 2023, 2024, etc. And when the MCU is in Phase 5. I'm willing to bet Sony and Disney will probably have to come to another agreement to keep Tom Holland in the MCU so he can appear in that next movie in Avengers 5 whenever it comes out. All right. Right now there hasn't been any news about Spider-Man appearing in any cameos like in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse or Thor Love and Thunder, all that. All right. Right now, but the thing about it is Spider-Man 3 has been announced for July 16, 2021. So it's crazy. They came to an agreement. I don't know when the agreement came to, but we heard about the agreement today on the internet, and now we're gonna be getting the next Spider-Man movie in the MCU 2 years from now. And the thing is, Disney already announced what they have planned for the MCU Phase 3. We know we're going to be getting the Falcon and Winter Soldier Disney Plus streaming show. We know we're going to be getting the Loki and the Hawkeye streaming show. All right, and the WandaVision streaming show in 2021. All right. Plus, on top of that, we have the Sony What If. The Marvel Studios What If series, the animated series they're working on. And that's just TV shows. All right, we're not even talking about the movies. We have Black Widow coming out next year. We have the Eternals coming out next fall. Then in 2021, that's when it gets crazy. So I don't know if Marvel Studios is planning to have 4 MCU movies. I know we're only getting 2 movies next year. I know we're only getting 2 MCU movies in 2020, Black Widow and the Eternals. But I don't know. It hasn't been announced if we're going to be getting 4 MCU movies in 2021. Because they've already announced Thor Love and Thunder. That's going to be coming at the end of 2021 in November. We're going to be getting the Shang-Chi movie in February. We're going to be getting the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse movie in the spring, in May of 2020. In 2021, my bad. I'm messing up my dates. And then we're going to be getting now Spider-Man 3 in 2021. So the way it looks right now, we're going to be getting 4 MCU movies in 2021. Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man 3, and Thor Love and Thunder. Absolute crazy. And the way Marvel Studios can say, since we're only getting 2 MCU movies next year in 2020 with Black Widow and the Eternals, they can say, oh, the makeup for us not having a 3rd movie in 2020, we're giving you 4 MCU movies in 2021 on top of all the What If series and the 4 Disney Plus streaming shows. I have no idea how Kevin Feige and his crew are going to be able to get all this done. All right, they have a lot on their plate. But if anybody has earned our trust when it comes to making, good quality movies in succession consistently, it's Marvel Studios. I have all the faith in the world that they'll get it done. They'll give us the best product possible, and the next couple of years of the MCU are going to be absolutely great. So Spider-Man is officially back in the MCU for Phase 4. We don't know his future for Phase 5. All right, but right now, the way that Marvel Studios said it, Kevin Feige did have a quote on it. He said this: "I am thrilled that Spidey's journey in the MCU will continue, and I and all of us at Marvel Studios are very excited that we get to keep working on it. Spider-Man is a powerful icon and hero whose story crosses all ages and audiences around the globe. He also happens to be the only hero with the superpower to cross cinematic universes. So as Sony continues to develop their own Spideyverse, you never know what surprises the future might hold." All right. Also, Amy Pascal, she's one of the heads at Sony. All right. She didn't have much to do with the whole MCU and versus Disney situation. All right. She just works on the Spider-Man stories with Kevin Feige. She said, "This is terrific. Peter Parker's story took a dramatic turn in Far From Home, and I could not be happier. We will all be working together as we see where his journey goes. This has been a winning partnership for the studios, the franchise, and the fans, and I'm overjoyed it will continue." This is for the fans at the end of the day. All right, this is for the fans that love the MCU, that love Sony, that love Tom Holland, that love Peter Parker, that just love Spider-Man. This is the best news possible. All right, and Kevin Feige said it in the quote himself: "Spider-Man is the only hero with the superpower to cross cinematic universes." So this confirms that Spider-Man will not only continue appearing in the MCU with Spider-Man 3, but he'll be appearing in other future solo Sony projects like Venom, like Into the Spider-Verse, etc., etc. So that's basically all I got for you guys today. There's the big news. Spider-Man is back in the MCU. Spider-Man 3 will be coming out July 16th, 2021. All right, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. How excited are you that Spider-Man is back in the MCU? Let me know. All right. Also, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe to Monica. Also, subscribe to my channel, Fitzmug TV. The link is in the description down below. Want to thank you guys for all the support. I'll see you guys later. I'll keep you guys updated if any other big MCU news comes out. Have a great day, guys. Peace.